Look at your hand. The skin, the veins beneath it, the specific way your fingers bend. What you are looking at is the product of two different species. For decades, our history was simple. Modern humans conquered the globe, and a separate species, the Neanderthals, went extinct 40,000 years ago, leaving nothing behind but fossils. As modern humans moved into Europe and Western Asia, they encountered Neanderthals, who had lived there for 300,000 years. They interbred across thousands of years and multiple contact zones, from the Middle East to Western Europe. Because of those encounters, anyone with ancestry outside of sub-Saharan Africa carries between 1% and 4% Neanderthal DNA in every cell of their body. This inherited code acts as active genetic software. It is currently running in your cells, expressing specific biological traits as you watch this. This realization shifts the definition of our species. To understand our own anatomy, we must account for the code we inherited from the cousins we once thought were gone. Neanderthals spent 300,000 years adapting to the harsh conditions of Ice Age Europe. Their biology was calibrated for survival against local bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Modern humans arriving from Africa lacked these specific immunities. Interbreeding provided a biological upgrade, allowing migrants to survive the new disease environment by adopting proven genetic defenses. We see this clearly in toll-like receptors, specifically TLR1, 6, and 10. These sensors on the surface of your immune cells form your first line of defense. Research shows this ancient code is highly effective at fighting off RNA viruses, like common influenza and coronaviruses. However, the same code increases vulnerability to DNA viruses. These include the herpes family and certain papillomaviruses, pathogens that persist in the body for a lifetime. Our immune systems are operating on instructions written for the Ice Age. In a world of modern pathogens, that ancient inheritance carries a heavy biological invoice. The most urgent consequence of this inheritance appeared during the recent global pandemic. Data from the crisis identified a specific region on chromosome 3 that dictates how the immune system responds to respiratory infection. Carriers of this Neanderthal variant were significantly more likely to require hospitalization and experience severe respiratory failure. Genetic instructions passed down 50,000 years ago collided with a novel 21st century virus, determining survival in modern hospital wards. Ancient DNA is a consequential biological reality, actively deciding the outcomes of modern global health crises. This code also dictates the invisible rhythms of your daily life. Neanderthal variants in circadian clock genes shift many modern humans toward an evening chronotype. If you are a night owl who finds mornings difficult, you are likely carrying this ancient timing. This pattern was an adaptation for Ice Age winters, where seasonal light shifted between 16 hours of darkness and 16 hours of light. A flexible clock was a requirement for survival. Similar inheritance exists in the SCN9A gene, which controls pain signaling. The Neanderthal version lowers the threshold for pain perception, causing carriers to feel injuries more acutely than those without the variant. Heightened pain sensitivity and evening-shifted sleep patterns persist because they were calibrated for the high-stakes environment of an ancient world. For a century, we labeled Neanderthals as primitive dehens. We built museums around the idea they were a brutish, separate lineage we surpassed. This chart shows the famous March of Progress, the idea of a straight, linear path toward modern humans. New genetic evidence reveals this model is inaccurate. Modern humans absorbed the Neanderthal lineage, integrating their specialized survival traits into our own genetic sequence. Our circadian clocks, our pain receptors, and our immune defenses are actually inherited innovations. We survived our global expansion by using the exact genetic code developed by the species we once dismissed as primitive. While the last physically distinct Neanderthal died 40,000 years ago, their functional code continues to replicate and express itself in billions of living people today. Every time you fight a cold, wince in pain, or stay up late into the night, you are feeling a supposedly extinct species still walking alongside you, inside your own skin.